Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another edition of What's Hot with Sea Tranquility. I'm your host, Pete Pardo. Today we got another cool new release for you from the musical genius that is Neal Morse, another concept album called Sola Gratia. Okay, so this is not the Neal Morse band. This is Neal Morse Solo, although the Neal Morse band musicians are here on board as well. You got Mike Portnoy on drums. We got Randy George on bass. Okay, you've also got Eric Gillette, adding a little bit of guitars and keyboards, and you got Bill Hubauer also contributing some keyboards as well. But for the most part, this album is centered on the trio of Neal Morse on lead vocals, keyboards, guitars, various other things, Portnoy on drums, and George on bass. So the reason why this is not a Neal Morse band album per se and just listed under Neal Morse is because this was recorded and written during this COVID-19 pandemic. So Neal wrote the entire album, had the other guys contribute musical parts virtually, so they didn't actually get together as a band to do writing and playing all together because of everything that's going on, because of the travel restrictions. So this was basically Neal's baby that the rest of the band kind of helped contribute to, obviously. So it's another kind of religious concept story. This is all about Paul, okay, the oppressor to the early Christians, right? So there's a lot of biblical storytelling going on here for those of you that care about that sort of thing, right? Musically, it's a mix of classic progressive rock, little bits of heavier stuff, not quite metal, definitely pretty damn rockin', okay, very symphonic and bombastic, lots of great vocals and backing vocals, and just as far as like a kind of a musical platter of delights, okay, so to speak, you get everything here, which we've come to expect from Neal Morse and all of his different projects over the years. This is no exception. So let's take a look at the nice digipack here. As always, you know, you get some pretty cool stuff. You get the CD, you get a DVD on the making of the album, which is always nice to see, and then you got the booklet. All right, great artwork here as always, with all of the lyrics, so you can follow along with the storyline. There's some instrumentals on here, which are incredible. The album itself is about 65 or so minutes. So, you know, for a single album, it's jam-packed. Okay. And then on the back, you get all the credits. So, you know, as far as like, I mean, again, it's a concept album, so the whole thing kind of flows really through and through. So it's hard to pick out like specific tracks on here. But, you know, you got the great overture, because it wouldn't be a Neal Morse album without some kind of like big bombastic overture, right? You got that here with the keyboards and the guitars, you know, the crashing drums. Portnoy is just great on here as always. One thing I do want to stress, and I have said this before when we've talked about Neal Morse and either, you know, his solo stuff or the Neal Morse band, the guy is a terrific guitar player as well. He gets mostly credit for his songwriting, his vocals, and his keyboard playing. But man, it's like when this guy straps on the Fender Stratocaster, you know, he does the bulk of the guitars on here. You know, Eric Gillette does a couple of guitar solos on tracks later in the album. But, you know, like Never Change, another good big rockin' symphonic track. I mean, it's got a blistering solo from Neal on it. I mean, just a biting, tasty, and pretty technical solo, right? He plays with a lot of feel, but man, he can let it rip, right, on the Strat, Mr. Morse there. So pretty damn cool. You got Building a Wall is a really cool track on here. The Glory of the Lord is, again, tremendous. And you got a absolutely scorching, blazing shred solo from Gillette on that one. And just overall, just a really, really enjoyable album that rocks pretty much, you know, in spots. If you love modern symphonic prog, you got plenty of that on here. You got little acoustic moments. You got the big bombastic stuff. You got the heavier, almost metal sections, right? It's a little bit of everything. And this is what Neal Morse does. And if you've liked the you know, the past couple Neal Morse band albums, you know, The Similitude of a Dream, if you've liked his Jesus Christ the Exorcist, kind of like rock opera type of thing, The Great Adventure, if you like all that stuff, if you like the early Neal Morse albums, you know, like the Question Mark album and all this, if you'll love this, okay? It's so immediate, and I personally have always been in love with Neal's vocals. They're just, to me, there's something about him. Obviously, you can tell he's got this love for the Beatles, right? So the harmonies that he creates, he's just got a really endearing voice that just kind of draws you right in. And then the rich backing vocals. I mean, it's like musical ear candy, right? So check this out. Sola Gratia, the latest from Neal Morse. I'm sure before we blink in early 2021, we're going to see something else from him or the rest of the band or whatever we got. Transatlantic album is in the works, so that's kind of happening. So, yeah. And, of course, this is on Inside Out, right? Inside Out Music. So check it out, Neal Morse Sola Gratia. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. We got a couple editions of the Monsters Den coming up. Rich Catino and Chris Allo both coming on board for separate shows, so that's coming up later today. Chris and I will be talking about some great horror films from the Italian masters Lucio Fulci, Dario Argento, and Mario Bava, and then Rich and I will be doing part 2 of our look at classic Hammer horror films, the great British horror film company. So that's coming up tonight. We've also got more reviews coming up, I believe. Also tonight, you're going to see there's a couple new Allman Brothers archival CD releases that are out. We're going to be talking about those. And in the coming days, we got reviews of the new Fish album, the Fish solo album. We've got Motorcycle, the brand new ones from them. We've got Redemption, Alive in Color. We got Flying Colors, Third Stage, another live album. So all sorts of stuff happening here. Brand new Blackstone Cherry as well. I've got more stuff to talk to you about than I have time to talk to you about. That is the truth. So we'll see you all real soon again. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. If you like what you see here, please help us out and click on the donate button to our Ko-Fi page that is below. We got our merch page link below as well as the link to our webzine. So check it all out, and we'll see you later on. Take care. Bye-bye.